There's a suffocating kind of silence that takes over a paying guest house late at night when you are alone in the room, when you just move into a new PG, when you're miles away from home, drowning in exam pressure. That silence doesn't feel peaceful. It feels like it's watching you. I usually sleep late, but I was desperate. My brain was completely fired up, and I had been forcing myself to fix my sleep schedule. Yesterday, at around 11:30 p.m., I finally hit my absolute limit. I read my Bible, whispered a quick, exhausted prayer, and basically collapsed into bed. I just needed to escape into sleep. And for a little while, I did, but something in that room was waiting for me to drop my guard. At exactly 2:30 a.m., I was violently ripped out of my sleep. It wasn't a nightmare. It was a physical, aggressive attack. Something in the pitch-black darkness had clamped its freezing hand around mine and yanked me. It pulled with such vicious, unnatural force that my entire body lurched across the mattress. I shot straight up, my heart exploding in my chest. The darkness was absolute. The kind of thick, heavy blackness that feels like it's choking you. I blindly smacked the wall, frantically hitting my room's light switch. The power was completely dead. I scrambled for my emergency light, my fingers shaking uncontrollably. But the moment I clicked it off, trying to convince my panicked brain that I was just imagining things, the temperature in the room plummeted. The air grew impossibly heavy. I wasn't alone. Pure, paralyzing terror locked my joints. I grabbed my Bible, crushing it against my chest like a shield, and squeezed my eyes shut. I told myself, just sleep, ignore it, and then I closed my eyes and tried to sleep. But the moment my brain even started to drift off, it grabbed my hand again, harder this time. It was playing a sadistic game with me. Every single time my consciousness slipped, this unseen, malicious entity would violently pull me back. I was trapped in a state of sheer exhaustion and absolute horror. I lay there frozen, and then the space right above my face changed. I kept my eyes clamped shut, but I could feel it. The oppressive, rotting weight of something hovering barely an inch from my nose. I could feel the static of its energy, a grotesque, invisible mask staring into my closed eyelids, radiating pure hatred. It was feeding on my fear, and it absolutely, under no circumstances, did not want me to sleep. I couldn't take it anymore. Panic shattered my paralysis. I sat straight up, my whole body convulsing with fear, and began reading my Bible out loud into the black void of the room. I squeezed my eyes shut to pray, begging for a wall of protection against whatever demon was in there with me. But as soon as I closed my eyes, it physically attacked me. A small frantic insect dive-bombed straight into my ear. The deafening, wet, violent buzzing inside my own skull was a visceral nightmare. It was thrashing against my eardrum, a living manifestation of the chaos in the room. I screamed, clawing at my own face, frantically digging into my ear in the pitch dark until I finally managed to rip the disgusting thing out. I was pushed beyond the brink of sanity. The terror suddenly boiled over into pure adrenaline-fueled rage. I stopped crying. I stopped shaking. I started to pray out loud, but this time it was a command. My voice ripped through the dark, echoing off the walls, demanding that this vile, evil presence leave my room right now. And just like that, it snapped. The suffocating weight evaporated. The freezing air rushed out, replaced by the normal, quiet stillness of an empty room. The entity was gone, completely erased, but the terror wasn't. I collapsed back onto my pillows, my entire body violently shaking with adrenaline. Sleep was absolutely out of the question. Every time I even thought about closing my eyes, I expected to feel that icy, crushing grip on my wrist again. So I just pulled my blanket up to my chin and lay there, Completely frozen, my eyes locked on the window pane, counting every agonizing second, just praying and waiting for that first, merciful ray of morning light to finally break through the glass and tell me I had survived the night. Have you ever been completely, utterly sure that something was watching you in the dark? Let me know your experiences in the comments. If my nightmare kept you awake, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I'll see you in the next story.